$128 million at 21, $1.18 million made in a single day. Featured in many top publications, magazines. My name is Abdul-Qawiyy Ahmed, and here's my story of how I went from a poor underpaid cobbler in Nigeria to making tens of millions of dollars online in e-commerce, traveling the world, driving my dream cars, and living in a stunning $16 million villa in Dubai. Just living a life that I genuinely look forward to every day, and I did it all without a college degree, without prior experience, and without being a natural entrepreneur. So watch this video to the end because I'm going to reveal the secret, the repeatable branded commerce blueprint I have discovered. A blueprint you can use to build your own 6 or even 7-figure brand without having to create the products yourself from scratch, spending a ton of money upfront, or worrying about big upfront risk. You see, this branded commerce blueprint has been the backbone of my own brand, and it's the same one dozens of my students have used to get incredible results, like Cooper here, who did $300,000 in just 9 weeks and is on his way to living a great life in Dubai. You can watch this testimonial now. Click on, instead of today, show the last 12 months. There's a reason I want to, or actually just show since custom when you started to today.
Cost, okay. Let's started here.
Okay, so from the beginning, it shows that you have 2.63% and you've been able to make 293,000. Now imagine if we're able to like 3x your conversion rate, you could 3x how much money you make, right? Because that would bring in more when it comes to total orders, right? So,
Yeah.
how about we look at how we can. And I have so many more stories from people who have followed this system and succeeded. Like Kendall, who made 833K in 4 months.
Give a big shout out to my guy, Abdul. He's helped me scale the shit out of my e-commerce brand. And I've gotten absolutely amazing results since I've been working with him. He's taught me a lot specifically about marketing angles and ad copy. As you see here, here's one of our stores. I just refreshed it too. So you see this year, we've done $800,000 in revenue. And none of this would have happened without Abdul. So I really appreciate you, Abdul. And if anyone's interested in his program, I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
So if you're serious about building a successful brand and creating real financial freedom, stick around and pay attention. But before we dive in, I know what you might be thinking. By now, you've probably seen plenty of gurus online flexing their Shopify dashboards, showing off fast cars and luxury lifestyles. And I know that those big numbers, millions of dollars, can feel almost unreachable. Almost like they are far off to even imagine. And I totally get that because I've been there. You see, a lot of people, I think I must be some kind of genius to pull this off. But honestly, I'm not. I had zero special advantages when I started out. If you're watching this right now, you're probably even in a better place than I was when I first started over a decade ago. Why? Well, let me explain. I was born and raised in Ibadan, a city in Nigeria. You see, growing up, we had almost nothing. My mom was a teacher making $58 a month, and on the side, she sold used clothes from the UK to cover our bills. No fancy clothes, no computers, nothing like that. We were broke. And that's when I made a promise to myself and my mother. I'm going to get us out of here. I'm going to create a life for us worth living. A life we can't wait to wake up to every morning to enjoy every single minute of the day. And I didn't know how I'd do it. But even though nobody believed in me besides my mom, I knew I'd figure something out. I just knew the traditional route of school, university, and then working in 95 for the rest of my life was no option for me. Because that would mean I'll be trapped in mediocrity, living from paycheck to paycheck forever. And that is a nightmare I didn't buy into at all. So I tried all sorts of side hustles, freelancing, making explainer videos, and even fashion designing, plus shoemaking. But nothing really hit until I came across an ad on YouTube by a young millionaire trader with it. You see, from the first millisecond, I was hooked. A guy in his mid-20s, driving a Lamborghini supercar that only few people could have, talking about making over $1 million per day. Now, this was someone who was the first person in this industry to make $1 million in 24 hours. And he was selling survival flashlights. How is it possible for someone like this to accomplish this when I was living in Nigeria on less than $42 a month, slaving away and watching my parents get underpaid for the hours they commit to the government and working. And it turns out he was able to live that perfect lifestyle by leveraging a $22 trillion industry. That's e-commerce. You see, finding products, building a brand around them, and selling them online. It was a whole new world that opened up to me. I knew this was my way out. But I had so many questions, right? How do I find good products I can build a brand around? How do I build a high converting store? How do I get my products in front of thousands of people ready to buy? These were just some of the many questions that ran through my head when I had no clue how to start an e-commerce brand. But Trey did something. He gave me an opportunity I couldn't turn down. So I put together all the money I had saved from making shoes, another side also, and I made a bet on myself. I invested it all in Trey's coaching so I can get a proven path to follow and skip all the trial and error. Well, fast forward today, e-commerce indeed turned out to change my life. I started 2 brands, one around women's shapewear products and the other around men's height increasing shoes. And I scaled them incredibly fast to $10,000 per day in 5 months, then $200,000 in just 9 months, and soon after to over $1 million in a day at just 19. I couldn't believe my eyes as I kept refreshing my dashboards. And there was even a day we made $200,000. Like, it was that insane. So think about this for a minute. I went from this kid who was living hands to mouth to now having millions in my bank account. Not just in revenue, but in actual profit, because I figured this thing out. So I kept building those brands until 2 years later, I sold them for $128 million at 21. It changed everything. I got to travel the world, move to Dubai, and do pretty much anything I want. But most importantly, I was finally able to give my mom and family the life we deserve. I kept my promise, and it was the best feeling in the world. And that's my story. I hope it inspires you, because if I could make this happen, so can you. And right now, I want to be that same guide for you that Trey Llewellyn was for me. I genuinely want to help you start building and scaling your own brand, achieve your goals, and live the life you've always dreamed of. That's exactly why you're here and what I'm here to teach you now. But before I dive into the step-by-step branded commerce blueprint I mentioned earlier, let me answer a question I get all the time. Does e-commerce still work? Hell yeah. Is it still possible to make life-changing amounts of money with that today? Well, the short answer is yes. And not only does it work, it's actually easier now than ever. Just look at this chart. The e-commerce industry is set to grow by 9% each year for the next few years. It's not going anywhere. If anything, it's taking off. The only reason some people think e-commerce is dead is because they associate it with dropshipping, low quality products from China with thin profit margins, and low quality ads that burn out in just a couple of weeks. That's not what we're doing here. If you want to do that, then click off this video immediately, because we're here to build real e-com brands, real businesses we're actually proud of and believe in. Something that won't fade out in 2 weeks, but instead bring in thousands, heck, even millions of dollars consistently every single month. Plus, if you follow the system that I'm going to share in a few seconds, even be able to sell your brand for insane amounts just like I did. This approach to e-commerce actually gives you the lifestyle that everyone dreams of when they get into the online business. That laptop lifestyle, making money when you sleep, and having a lean team that is constantly pulling in profit for you, the business owner. So here's the exact branded e-commerce blueprint to make it happen. To show you, I even started a new brand, the Phoenix Watches. This time, I am documenting every single step from idea to concept to establishing the brand identity. Everything from zero to the $100 million mark. All to show you how to replicate it, start and scale your own brand. The Phoenix Watches is already having over 400,000 people on the wait list after 18 months, and here's the process I used. Content placement and brand story separation. That's it. This is the branded commerce blueprint you can use to build a real e-commerce business that will make you so much money you don't even know what to do with it. And I know this is a lot to take in right now. You're probably wondering, how do I handle all this? Where do I even begin? And trust me, I understand. To be honest with you, the only reason I scaled my brand so fast is because I had a guide to follow. It wasn't because I was some kind of born genius. If I had tried doing this alone, I'd have wasted so much time and money on trial and error. That's just how it goes for most beginners, no matter the industry. When you don't know what you're doing, you end up paying a lot of cash and wasting valuable time trying to figure it out. That's not something I want for you. And that's why I'm presenting you with an opportunity right now. Just think about how quickly, easily, and smoothly you could start and scale your own brand if you had someone in your corner telling you what to do at every step of the way. Someone who already went through every mistake and has made tens of millions of dollars in e-com in the last decade. And now his sole job is to help you reach even just a fraction of that. Sounds perfect, right? So let me welcome you to the e-com accelerator. You see, a few years back, I started teaching everything I know about e-com, and I used to charge $25,000 to someone to learn directly from me. And that has worked well because I know what I have here works. Just look at some of the results.
If they want to make money in e-com, they need to get close to someone who's made a lot of money in e-com, right? And the way you teach as well, it's very, I can understand everything. It's not like nothing's over my head, right? So, I mean, it gives me confidence. That's the main thing I said before. It's like, it gives me the belief that I can do it. So it's just about me putting my focus on it. And I think for people watching, if they're not watching this, yeah, Abdul is your guy, because, you know, if you want to really understand how to do e-com the right way and not do the drop shipping way, because like he said, like he told me, because I thought I didn't do drop shipping. And then he was like, nah, you're gonna lose money doing Facebook. You're gonna give lots of money to Facebook for testing. And I was like, even that little piece of information saved me a lot of money, right? Like that little piece of information saved me so much time and so much money, because I've been like looking at all this other stuff, like, oh, he's talking about drop shipping, you know? And it's quite enticing, like, oh, all these people are making loads of money drop shipping. Well, you never know the real ins and outs. And you know, Abdul, I mean, you're a real guy, right? Like your intentions are pure, like you always show yourself, like you always show your life as well. So it's not just about e-com for you. Like I know a lot about you just from what you share online. So I can see that you're like a real one. So yeah, that's why I joined.
Well, I know that $25,000 might not be accessible for a normal person. And I'm actually tired of seeing gurus who barely eat a few 100,000 in revenue selling their own courses to the masses. So I asked myself, how can I get someone the best results as fast as possible, helping them scale to thousands of dollars per month, even if they've never made $1 online or their current brand is stuck in slow growth? The answer was clear to me: intimate, hands-on, one-to-one group coaching, and that's what the e-com accelerator is about. This is not a pre-recorded course that just leaves you with more questions than answers and isn't better than some YouTube videos. That's like throwing you into deep water without a life jacket when you can't swim. That's why all of these courses have such little success rate. No, I won't do that. With me, you not only get the blueprint you can blindly follow, but you'll also have direct one-to-one access to me and my expert friends in the industry. I believe you can imagine how insanely valuable this is. I'll guide you through everything, review each step you take, answer all your questions, and even share my Rolodex, my connections, everything. This is by far the highest quality coaching someone could possibly get. Just think about it. How could you possibly fail with me in your corner, guiding you through each step, sharing my connections, reviewing your work, and answering your questions? Exactly. You practically can't fail. And that's why the one-to-one coaching success rate is insanely high. So here's a quick rundown of what you get as part of the e-com accelerator. Direct one-to-one access to me, so you can ask me questions all the time and get in-depth answers. A group of like-minded people who are on the exact same path as you, so you can connect, ask questions, and build your network. Weekly calls with me on Sunday and my expert friends, where I'll guide you through every single step you have to take and answer all of your questions. Just extremely personalized, hands-on, one-to-one help from me, a 9-figure e-commerce entrepreneur. And I'm fully committed to getting you the best results possible, because that's my top priority. That's how I plan to grow this program long term. But as you can tell, this is super personalized one-on-one coaching, and it's incredibly time intensive for me. This will require a multi-4-figure investment. But if you have the work ethic and follow through on what I teach, you'll make back that investment in no time, just like plenty of others before you. And I do need to raise the price periodically to keep the e-com accelerator exclusive and high quality. So if you're not in a position to invest right now, that's okay. This just might not be the right fit for you yet. But if you're ready to go all in, if you're ready to finally take action on your dreams, put in the work, and build the life you envision when you close your eyes, if you're ready to build an e-commerce business that frees you from the 9-to-5 grind and living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. If you are ready to get the right help to make it happen, then I invite you to click the link below, answer a few quick questions, book a call with my team, and we'll walk you through everything you need to know. But before you go, let me say this. Right now, you're pretty much left with two choices. You can either keep watching others succeed, binge watch all my YouTube videos, or stick to what you've always done. But that means you'll be stuck in the same loop, waiting for the perfect time that never comes. Or you can finally take the leap and take action on this opportunity. This could really be that one life-changing opportunity so many people talk about. And my question for you is, are you going to take it? Are you going to take action? Or are you going to let it pass by, only to wonder later what could have been? This decision is yours, and I can't make it for you. But I hope you see the answer clearly, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Au revoir.